I'm so excited for this. This should be a lot of fun. This is something I want to do for a couple weeks now.
I have a feeling that we are all kind of thinking of similar picks for the first couple.
I'm going to go ahead and pick the first one, the best one, and that is I Am Iron Man.
Ah, see. To me, it's one of the most used lines from the MCU, which stands to say that
That's what we're doing.
it's very
That's
great.
movie line.
I know, and it is good, but it's fantastic. It's so good. I've said it so many times.
That's a first round draft pick right there.
Tim,
Welcome to Backseat Directing.
We talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
We're your hosts,
Andrew.
and Aaron.
And we post new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're doing the best MCU lines.
Draft. 3, 2, 1.
Action.
Aaron, you almost, I feel like you forgot to say that we were doing a draft today.
I just kind of left it out on purpose. Keep the title a little bit shorter, and then they'll figure it out when they get here to the full episode. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now they're going to figure it out right in the same time because
That's
I
right.
said draft.
They're also going to figure out that we were not on the same page. Zach, you're back on the show again.
back again, once again.
Oh my God, he's back again.
Every episode we do with you is fantastic, but it's also always like 2 hours long. So
We just like
everybody,
talking to each other, man.
strap in.
Speak for yourself.
We're in for a wild ride.
That's crazy.
Andrew, you want to explain what we're doing today?
Yeah, so we're drafting we're drafting MCU specific lines. So this is only going to be lines from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The only animated project I think that's viable for this is the What If series. We're also going to be drafting, it's going to consider the movies, the TV shows, everything from Iron Man 2008 on. Not going to include Sony projects. So that's kind of the specificity of it. But in general terms, we're going to go in what we call a snake draft. So we'll have a randomizer select our order. We'll go 1, 2, 3. 3 gets 2 picks, and then back to 1, and 1 gets 2 picks, and so on. So it's going to continue until we each have 5 lines to make up our team, and then we're going to talk about who has the best team and ask the audience to vote for who has the best group of Marvel quotes. And I'm so excited for this. This should be a lot of fun. This is something I want to do for a couple weeks now. I think there's so many like lovable and awesome lines in the MCU that like we quote a ton that I totally cherish. So I'm excited to see what everyone else tries to pick. And I hope the audience is excited too, and I hope you guys let us know which one you like the best.
I'm a little bit nervous, man. I'm kind of getting butterflies. Like, I want that first pick.
The drafts are hard.
Yeah, and this one too, I feel like there's opportunity for a lot of overlap, but then also there's so many options out there that there's going to be great picks that neither of us thought of.
Yeah, once we get to like 4 and 5, I think we'll see the picks that are like personal, that it's like, oh, I just love hearing this line.
Yeah. All right. Shall we find out the order?
I'm so excited. Let's see.
Randomize. And in going first is not Zach.
Ah, dang it.
It's Aaron, myself.
Nice.
And then Andrew is in second.
No way.
And then Zach, you're in third, so you'll get the first snake draft. So you can draft 2
brutal,
back to back.
man.
The first double pick. No,
I do get a double pick, but I have a feeling that we are all kind of thinking of similar picks for the first couple.
That's the honestly the enviable spot from my position to be in is the double pick. I really like having the double pick.
Yeah, you normally like going last when there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
And then somehow whenever we do a coin flip and it's just me and you always end up getting to go first.
Luck, lady luck.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick the first one, the best one, and that is I Am Iron Man.
Ah, see, I knew that was going to be Chandler from work. He asked me today what I think the first overall pick is going to be, and that was one of the few I said.
Yeah. What are some of the other ones you said?
We'll have to wait and see.
Purely out of curiosity. That one was not in contention for my first pick, surprisingly.
No
ahead.
taste.
Sorry.
No taste.
So for my first pick,
Wait, hold on. Before we go into Andrew's first pick, I have a very important question
Yes, sir.
for Aaron. Which I Am Iron Man
thought the
are
same
you
thing.
referencing?
Okay, good question.
it's off the board. It's off the board. But which instance are you picking?
Definitely the very first time that he said it. I mean, this is the line that like kicked off
Yeah.
the MCU, you know, like,
I mean, hey,
and the fact that it was improvised and it wasn't part of the plan, and that like set the whole course of like the MCU not really having secret identities, you know, like it was such a big change
Yeah.
that Kevin Feige was like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds good.
Man.
You know, like
Both
that's
of them,
crazy.
either one you could have said either I am Iron Man, but yeah, I think I do have to agree that one is definitely something special.
You picked the first one, Jon Favreau's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then for the second overall pick of the draft, in my first quote, I'm going to be picking, and I'm sorry,
Son of a bitch.
I can do this all day.
I knew, and
From Captain America.
this was one of the other ones I told Chandler. I said it's going to be one of these three for sure, and yeah.
You knew that some of these had to go first round, and you knew that this had to be one of them. I can do this all day is maybe just like one of the most emotionally felt lines throughout the line of the entire MCU.
I have a question for you, Andrew. Which I can do this all day are you referencing? Because so many of them hit so hard.
I suppose I'd have to go with Captain America 2, The Winter Soldiers. I can do this all day.
Good pick.
Yeah, it's when he says it to Bucky.
Yeah.
And I think that has like, he's basically like willing to just take a beating, like for his friend. So to me, that's like the most emotional one.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Very good.
I like that one too. Captain America, man, Zach, that had to hurt, huh?
It did.
That had to hurt.
I knew that was going to be one of the first. I was like, it's either going to be one of those two, or there's another one that I was thinking.
My lines are going to be taken.
It's number one. It's number one on my list. So I wanted to knock it out. There's some other ones that I really like, but I know for a fact you were taking this off the board, especially with 2 picks. So
Yeah.
I had to snake it.
Snag it. Both very good lines, that's for sure. So my first pick is going to be the price of freedom is high, always has been, and it's a price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one willing to pay it, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not. I said that a little wrong, but that is a scene that Captain America also delivers. What can I say? I mean, that's his rallying speech in one of the climaxes of the movies.
That's in Civil War, right?
No, it's from,
That's from,
Captain America 2 again.
yeah,
Another
Winter
line.
Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
That's the movie I was thinking of in
Hydra's
my head.
But you said it.
I got
movie out loud.
the name
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
I had a feeling that was the case.
yeah. I mean, that,
I know you knew what that's from.
the emotion in that line is pretty incredible, and especially coming from a soldier, definitely good. So, my second pick.
Too distracting.
Oh, sorry. I just get sucked into stuff when it's on the screen.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
My second pick is Avengers Assemble. When he catches Mjolnir, oh man, that's a memorable scene and line.
And it's only 2 words.
Yeah. So those are my
Jeez.
first 2 picks.
I don't feel like I'm going to have ways of knocking anybody's picks. I mean,
Yeah.
especially for the fact here that I am getting my first 2.
Let me just point out real quick before you say your next 2 picks. So far, we've listed a total of 4 lines. 3 of them have been from Captain America.
Don't worry, this next one's not.
I'm just saying, Cap. You can't go wrong with Cap, man.
That's because 2 of them are yours.
Details.
Second point.
Details.
We haven't picked all of our second choices yet. Let's see how it is after we all have our second.
So that's funny. But I mean, God, there's so many good lines in the MCU, and we're gonna be gushing this whole thing. But my next line, I think, is a crime that it didn't get taken before.
I know what you're gonna say.
But it is. That's my secret cap.
Yeah.
I'm always angry.
So
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Avengers 2012, baby.
That was the third one that I told Chandler that it was going to be one of those 3.
And then you didn't take it.
I didn't take it because it's to me it's one of the most used lines from the MCU, which stands to say that
That's what we're doing.
it's very
That's
great.
movie line.
I know, and it is good, but it's fantastic. It's so good. I've said it so many times.
That's a first round draft pick right there.
To me, though,
Yeah.
I think that the Avengers Assemble
That's
beats it out.
definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I think I just
For my
got
second
I just got 2 first round draft picks, honestly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Definitely a good pick.
Oh, my turn, huh? There's so many.
Telling you, we could have done 10 each.
I
We
know.
really could have.
I know. But then there's the problem of like being decisive enough to go through all of those. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Oh man. All right. Fine. I'll do it myself.
Thanos.
Aaron loves the Thanos lines. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm glad that one's on my team, but I did want that's my secret cap. I mean, that's my secret has to be the most, like Zach said, that the most quoted MCU line.
Yeah. Other
Yeah.
than I can do this all day. Like those two, I think are.
You just named both my lines.
Yeah, I know. Those two are very iconic.
I Am Iron Man has a song.
I mean, that's
I Am Iron Man is a good one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's iconic.
yeah.
It's,
I get a second one.
I Am Iron
Yeah,
Man.
you do.
I Am Iron Man literally, to your credit, bookends the Infinity Saga.
Not only does
Opens
it
and
start
closes
the
it.
MCU, yeah, it ends it too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let me mark that one off. Do. All right. Do I pick a line to hurt Zach?
That's what I did.
Do I pick a line that I would want on my team?
Pick a line to hurt Zach?
I think I have to.
More entertaining that way.
And it would have made more sense for Andrew to say this line to Zach, but I'm on your left.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a really good one. It also has a huge arc through the MCU coming all
does.
the way from. So you have to pick between now Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and its usage, which is by a totally different person in Endgame.
I'm definitely thinking of the first time that
Yeah.
we hear it in Winter Soldier.
It's such a cool, and like those, they're so intertwined because that's the first like thing Captain America says to Sam Wilson, and then it's the first thing that Sam Wilson says to Captain America after being snapped for 5 years. They have a special bond, and to see that be the first thing he says, a call back to their first meeting it's got some emotion, man.
Also leads to this huge epic battle. But the instance you picked is just really cool as well. I mean, it's the one I would probably want for my team too.
Whenever I'm running, it's like the only thing I'm thinking about. Brooke and I and my wife, we went skating at a trail here in town, and a biker said on my left as he was passing me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Captain America!"
Yeah. Do you think people only pass on the left nowadays because they're like,
I think it was a thing, and that's why they said it in the
I
movie.
support it?
It's like a car, like you pass someone by
that
going on
yeah.
to the left. All right, I guess we go back to Andrew now.
Yeah, I honestly kind of loving being in the middle. God, there's a lot of really beautiful picks on the board. I'd say about 3 or 4 of mine on my list at some point on my list here have been taken. I'm just going to go with something I think is a good old reliable and something that gets blood rocketing through my veins when I see it every single time, and that's "Bring me Thanos."
Oh man, that's good too.
That's a good one.
I love this line.
I find myself randomly saying that too. Bring me Thanos. Yeah.
Also, up to this point in my list, all 3 of my choices have been said by different characters, different members of the original Avengers too. So icons, each of them.
Same.
Nice.
Man, mine could easily all be Captain America lines. I tell you what.
Did you have
lots of Captain America?
Did you have
lines.
on I'm on your left? On your left?
No, I didn't have.
Wow.
That. Yeah, I did not have that.
Okay.
Okay. So I got 2 picks right now, huh?
Yep.
That's correct.
I'm gonna go with Wakanda Forever.
Oh, that's a good one.
When it's first used as a battle cry. I mean, that's a great line. And then, let's see.
Wakanda forever.
Okay. Here's another one. So this is said in, I believe, Civil War. Vision says, "What is grief if not love persisting?"
It's a really good line.
And
It's
I
from
think
Civil
it's
War.
I think it's a beautiful line, and I think it's a beautiful way to describe grief. So yeah, that line always has kind of stuck with me.
No, it's a really beautiful thought too, because it's like, no matter how sad you might be, that's your connection to the person you lost, the person you love, and that like that sadness is a part of you, and that's okay because it's love. It's just like the aftermath, the residue of love, and that's like it's a really and Vision too, like Captain America, has a bucket load of these like beautiful Shakespearean lines. I have one on here. I don't know for sure. I'm going to pick it.
I have another one that I was really heavily considering that Vision delivers as well.
Wakanda Forever is also just an iconic. It's like a battle cry for like a whole time period. Like everyone in real life was shouting Wakanda Forever. It's it's also tied to a literal like cultural movement, like the first Black superhero to get their own, mainstream role, like a starring role.
The one specifically that I'm referencing is T'Challa has his helmet down, but he's wearing the Black Panther costume, and he's got the his arms crossed, and he's like just kind of like the passion or ferocity in his face when he says it. It's just like gives you chills.
I think
man.
you're talking about the end of Black Panther, right? When he's about to go up against Killmonger. They're like
and there's like they're in that field and stuff. Yeah.
Can you tee me up for my next pick? Here's what I need you to say.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that up. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
I know tons of guys with none of that worth 10 of you.
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, he delivers that line with such charisma.
It's such a quick snapback to like being called out.
Yeah.
He's got a list on demand of things he is beyond the suit, like, and then goes on to prove that in Iron Man 3. Genius, billionaire, playboy, friend. Like, he's like, take the suit off. What am I? I'm fucking Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not who do you think you're talking to? I'm not a normal guy.
The richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Which arguably means that you're the most powerful.
Each of those four things is like an insane flex all on
its
their
own.
Yeah.
He's a literal genius. Like, it's awesome. So I'm glad to have that pick on my team. Still, my team remains to individual lines from individual members of the original 2012 Avengers.
Okay. I'm about ready to finish out my list
Yeah,
here.
you got to pick your last two picks. I feel like 5 was too few.
I could keep going. I don't know about you guys, but
I got
more
more in the barrel.
We might
Orange
have to keep
chamber.
going then, huh? Okay, let me see. I'm going to go with... Sorry, thinking, loading.
buffering. Can we get a spinning wheel on Arron in the edit?
I am Groot.
No!
Wait, specifically which reference?
All of them.
Dude, that was my 5 spot for sure.
Is it?
I thought it would be good to close up my list.
It's a good one because it's so like
It's all encapsulated.
unique.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. My last one.
Groot.
I said so much in that one line there,
Yeah.
by the way. My last one, I'm going to go with Puny God
Yeah. It's a Hulk line.
from Hulk after he smashed
Smashes Loki.
Loki.
Yeah.
I remember laughing so hard when he picked up Loki. He's just ragtagging him.
Snatches him right out of his sentence, you know?
That's how like the Hulk could still be like menacing and badass and still funny at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Andrew, just like you, I have a line from 5 individual people.
Well, I have lines from 4 individual people, and I'm about to break my trend.
Oh, snap.
So for my 5th line, I'm gonna go with Thanos is just another. I'm sorry.
Rewind.
For my 5th line, I'm gonna go with Thanos is just the latest in a long line of bastards, and he'll be the latest to feel my vengeance. Fate wills it so.
Thor.
Thor Odinson with the hard ass lines.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, he's a menace.
He does say some badass things.
He also does some not badass things.
Yeah, that's true. One of the lines that I often quote from Thor is from Thor 1, when he has his first cup of coffee and he smashed it and he's like, another.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Say that a lot, too.
Another. So I guess I'm on to my last 2 picks, huh?
Your last one.
Oh, my last one. You're right.
Yeah.
I have picked.
You're on 5 here, boy.
Let's see. Hold on.
Wrap up your team. Zach's like, I have 2 more. Great. Now you have to decide.
Okay. All right. I'm between 2 here. I really wanted to go with a funny one for this one, but I have one other one that's so good from somebody. Okay, I'm gonna go with the funny one. I think you look great, Captain. As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
I'm glad that one got taken.
Yeah, I had to get that one on there.
You guys want to do some more?
I mean, I definitely have a couple more. Want to do like what, a bonus one?
Yeah, we'll go through a bonus one.
Yeah, because I don't have like a million more, but I have one more that I definitely want.
Yeah, let's do 6. I like 6.
right.
So, Zach, you're up.
That's right. That's how it would work. Okay, so, let me just double check the list. You know,
I thought you had 2 lined up already.
did, but then I was like, well, I want to make sure I don't miss any. All right. Okay. I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
Captain America from the first Avenger.
Yes, sir. And that's pre Super Soldier Steve Rogers.
Promise me one thing, that you'll stay not a good soldier, a good man.
Yeah.
Such a good. There's a lot of good lines in that movie.
There sure is.
That's not the one I'm picking, by the way. But it is going back to me, so I have to make my decision. And I'm stuck between 2 different lines from 2 different characters. I think that I'm going to go with. Oh man, can I pick them both?
We can do a rapid fire like honorable mentions afterwards.
Okay. Just for the impact that this one holds, I'm gonna go with "I Love You 3000."
Probably gonna get some hate for this, but I think that line is so lame.
I think it's a saying that RDJ's kid actually has said to him, like beforehand.
Well, I mean, it's sweet.
I think
but to me, it's cheesy.
I think it is the kind of cheesy thing that like a parent says to a child. Like, you know, when you're actually like talking to like a kid in your life, you say some goofy shit, but like
it definitely got me
realistic.
emotional in the
It's
game,
realistic
or in the movie. Yeah,
it's realistic in that way. I think it's like
I would agree. I think that's a good line. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your hot take for the TikTok.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't hate it. Like, I don't think it's the worst line ever, but just to me, it just doesn't really work as if he would have said something else.
There's so many lines that I could pick, but to stick with my diversity that I've got going on, I want to pick one from a character that I don't have yet, and that is, he's a friend from work.
Thor and Thor Ragnarok.
Man, for somebody who doesn't like Thor Ragnarok, you sure picked the cheesiest Thor line that you could pick in the whole world.
I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
But
It is
I'm just
funny.
saying that's like embodiment of what you don't like about Thor is what you picked.
I don't mind that line. That's why I picked it.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
I'm not
if
saying
you
it's not
really
about the
sit down and
line.
think
It's about
it. It kind of doesn't make sense because, you know, these people aren't going to know what Thor does for work. You know, he's Thor, God of Thunder.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be working, you know, but yeah, I like that it kind of
I think
highlights their history.
the line is funny. I just think it's contradictory to everything that I know.
To me
about
as a
you,
person.
you liking, not liking the way they do.
We got to keep you on your toes,
Pick
you
the one
know?
where he's like, now can you tell us? He could have picked that one, just saying.
He could have picked the line where he's like talking to his hammer. He's like, no, like I don't care about the old hammer. I love you.
So,
How about we each read off our lists, and then we can do some honorable mentions that we didn't pick?
Yeah, I have one in particular that's really
Okay.
hard.
So I went first. So this is my team here. I am Iron Man. Fine, I'll do it myself. I'm on your left. I am Groot, puny god, and he's a friend from work. Andrew, what do you got?
I can do this all day. That's my secret cap. I'm always angry. Bring me Thanos. Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. And then I have, let me see. Thanos is just the latest in a long line of bastards, and he'll be the latest to feel my vengeance. Fate wills it so. And then I have, I love you 3000. Zach?
yeah, so I have the price of freedom is high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not. I also have
The paragraph.
I know, right? I also have, I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from. Let's see. Avengers! Assemble.
That's a good one.
Then I also have, I think you look great, Captain. As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass. Then I have the emotional one. what is grief if not love persisting? And then Wakanda forever.
Nice.
Very
That's
nice.
my list.
Good ass list.
Yeah, so everyone listening, leave a comment down below on who created the best team of these MCU lines.
I'll put a Spotify poll on this, so if you're listening on Spotify, you should be able to respond on there.
There we go.
What lines did you guys
Yeah.
wish you could have picked for your team but didn't quite make it?
I wanted "I am inevitable,"
It's a good line.
but I
Yeah.
had another
Thanos.
Thanos quote that I thought was better.
Yeah.
So
Basically anything that Captain America has said in the lifespan of the MCU, I think,
Yeah, I think there's a part where he's like, "Hey,
yeah, pretty much all that.
iconic.
It stood a good chance to be on my list.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
hey,
So-
didn't you guys know where the Smithsonian is? I'm looking for a fossil." That's a good line.
That is a good one.
The one that I really wish I could have had the most but didn't get was "Before we get started."
Oh,
Does anyone want to get out?
Oh,
Captain America.
Man, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
It is.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
It is.
It's a sleeper pick, too.
Another
Anyone
one
wanna
that
get out?
I wanted to put on was a Vision line from WandaVision, but the reason I didn't go with it was because it's more of a conversation than just a single line. But it's the conversation that Vision has with White Vision about the ship of Theseus. I think it's such an interesting,
Concept.
like, real world thing that they tie into the movie. And when you are like watching that, they're fighting, and then really it comes down to kind of like a battle of wits almost,
Yeah.
the Vision that we're watching and rooting for outsmarts basically
White Vision.
the other new Vision. But that's the real Vision, except he just doesn't have the memories.
Yeah.
So
Another Vision line I really like is, "After all, I was born yesterday."
that's a good one too.
And a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. He's got a lot of really good
Our
lines.
very existence,
Insights, controversy,
yeah.
all that.
Right, yeah, that's a good line.
There's a few other ones that, like you were saying, is like more of a conversation, not like a one-liner that I thought were either funny or like good moments.
Yeah.
One like when Thor returns to the battlefield in Infinity War and he's like, "So you copied my beard."
I like when he's like, "That's a fake laugh." It's real.
Yeah.
Like a conversation.
Vodka has
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll get that arm.
That's a draftable one.
I'll get that arm is a really
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
the
How much for the good?
We have a Hulk.
Not for sale.
That's
a good one.
I like, now that you brought up Rocket, in Guardians 1 where he's like, they're all drunk and he's like, he called me vermin.
Yeah.
But that, like, I didn't ask to be made, all that stuff he's saying right there is so, like,
Bradley Cooper
emotional,
did such a good job.
especially when in the
look back.
context of seeing Guardians 3. Yeah.
And then 2 Thanos lines: "The hardest choices require the strongest wills, and you could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me."
One that I kept seeing when I was like looking at lines was Dormammu.
I've come to bargain.
I think that's a good one for sure, but just to me, it's not as iconic as some of these other ones we picked.
Yeah.
You know something interesting?
What's up?
Nobody's mentioned a Spider-Man line.
Yeah, but Tom Holland Spider-Man, I don't feel like is that.
He doesn't have that much. Yeah, he doesn't have very many iconic lines.
When I was looking through like a list of lines and stuff, all of the quotes that he has said were like really long, and I didn't think they were as like memorable as.
I mean,
all of
if
these,
he would have, if
he also came a lot later too. So
yeah,
I like when he says, "Come on, Spider-Man, come on, Peter." Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming, that line.
he if they would have just like stepped up and said, "With great power comes great responsibility," easily could have been.
When you can do
draftable.
the things I can do,
But they
and then the bad things
convoluted it.
happen,
Yeah.
then they happen because of you.
Right.
Yeah,
What is that, dude? You just say, "With great power comes great responsibility."
on.
It's
Right
been
there.
around and it's iconic. It's not. It wouldn't have taken away if they
It's
would have had him say.
it's a goddamn canon event.
Yeah.
Can't change
Right.
it.
Right. Keep it. Yeah, man.
There's a million good Iron Man lines, a million good Cap lines.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a good closure of this episode. This one was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
There's so many more lines.
The real
and
reason
stuff.
we did it was just to reminisce on MCU amazing
Yes.
lines.
The glory days.
We do want to thank everybody who listened to this episode. Let us know the ones we missed. Comment, let us know who had the best team. And
That's a wrap.